What's up, guys? This is Ito Speaks back again with another video. So I wanted to talk about the Los Angeles Lakers and the fiasco that's befallen upon them so far. Now, as we know, that in the middle of the season, prognostication was the Lakers are going to contend for a title, possibly contend for the title. Now, there's multiple factors in work where teams that we didn't think that was going to contend or be a factor in it are contending right now. Like nobody thought that the Golden State Warriors was gonna be this good, number one in the seed without Klay Thompson or James Wiseman coming back. Nobody also saw the Miami Heat or the Chicago Bulls coming, and also the downfall of the Sixers with Ben Simmons. But when it comes to the Los Angeles Lakers, there was a lot of bandy-hoo and optimism as regards to them. They just got Russell Westbrook. They want to know how the team's going to run. And, from past team experiences with playing with Russell Westbrook, you've seen that he struggles to, make the leap to title contend. He's a great show in the regular season, but can he contend for a title along LeBron James and AD? And so far, it's not working out right now as regards to that issue. So a lot of people are disappointed. I'm not gonna say a lot of people. A lot of fans of the Lakers are disappointed. They're frustrated. They don't know what's going on. Outside of the other issues with the Lakers, with team chemistry, health and team protocols with COVID and anything like that, and obviously team rotations, that's kind of on the coaching. But the big three issues that has befall the Lakers as regards to why they're not competing at a high level and contending for the top of the West in terms of being in the top seed of the playoffs is, number one, is Anthony Davis. That's the number one issue regarding the Lakers. I don't know what's going on with Anthony Davis, but there's issues with him. I don't know if he's injured. I don't know if he's something's wrong with him mentally, but it seems like each and every year he starts to decline more and more and more. Now, we understand that he's injury prone and he's obviously not going to play 82 games, and he was going to miss some games of the regular season. But when he does that, when he does play on the court, he gives you great points, rebounds, and then he gives good defense on the team. But it feels like his numbers have just been steadily declining year after year after the bubble, and we're not sure why. They did say that he has some type of ankle issues, but if he has some type of ankle issues, why he's not resting? If you have an debilitating ankle issues, then there's rest and don't play. Because if you continue to rest, you're gonna make it even worse, where you might have to stay out longer in terms of playing down the stretch of the regular season. And Anthony Davis, his three-point shooting just went away. His mid-range shot is still there, but the team is not defending on a high enough level where they expect the output that they want from Anthony Davis, because LeBron James is not getting any younger. And for him to, be the next man that's going to carry L.A. to the future after LeBron James is done and gone is not looking that way. And now there's potential trade rumors and etc. with him and Russ. So I doubt AD's going to get traded. And I'm not too sure about Russ, but obviously, they need to do something about that. That's the number one issue, because Anthony Davis is the number one focal point. If he's not producing at a high enough level that we expect him to be, then the Lakers are not going to win a championship at all. I don't care how great LeBron James is playing, and he's been playing phenomenal, but AD is the focal point of the team. He's the driving force of the team, and if he's not producing at a high enough level as a top 10 player, then the Lakers are in serious trouble. Because I've gone to arguments and debates with many people saying that Anthony Davis is a top 5 player, and I vehemently disagree. I say he's a top 10 player. Now, one of the many quotes I heard from Cherne on Undisputed when they've been talking about the Los Angeles Lakers is that Anthony Davis is a top 10 talent. He's a top 10 player with top 5 talent, and that I 100% agree with. But as of right now, based off the numbers that he's given, he's playing like a top 15 player. So he needs to step up and he needs to get in gear. If he's injured, sit out and heal up so he could be at optimal level, so he could perform at a potential top 5 level. But if he's 100% healthy and he's still playing like that, then it's going to be even worse issues for the Lakers down the line. Now, number two issue is Russell Westbrook. Now, at the beginning of the season, we all expected Russell Westbrook to struggle, because playing with the LeBron James system is not easy because you basically have to sacrifice your stats, your input in order to make LeBron James good. Now, but for Russell Westbrook, it's hard because Russell Westbrook is like a Tasmanian devil. He's like a whirlwind, a hurricane. He does a lot of damage to the opposition that he's playing against, but he also does damage to his own teammates in terms of turning over the ball, having low basketball IQ, having low self-awareness of what's going on, and being seriously unclutched and making stupid decisions in the four quarters of basketball games, which help his team lose games. And that's why I say he's a Tasmanian devil. He's a hurricane. He's all that into one. He's a whirlwind. He gives a great effort. He plays hard. He gives 110% effort every game. And he's a freak athlete. He'll jump out the gym with the best of them. But in terms of tangibles and intangibles, he needs a lot to be desired. He doesn't care about winning championships. He just want to get his stats and get his money. Now, if you're on a team like Washington, Houston, Oklahoma City, where championship expectations are not expected of you, hey, go ahead, drop your numbers, do all that. But when you're in La La Town, Los Angeles Lakers, where it's basically like they expect championships every other year, that's not gonna cut it. So Russell Westbrook need to get his act together in terms of what he wants to do. If he want to win championships, then this is the right team for him to play for him. But he needs to get in gear. He needs to make smarter decisions with the basketball. He needs to defend his plan. He's not playing defense. He's not cutting to the basket. He's making stupid passes. He's making low IQ decisions, and he's not taking care of the basketball. And that's gonna hurt the Lakers down the line as they continue to struggle, being barely above 500. So as regards to that, he needs to get it together because right now, all this he's doing in the regular season is like, you could get by with it in the regular season, but once you go into playoffs and you start playing better, smarter teams with high IQ, they're gonna hone in on Russell Westbrook's weaknesses and they're gonna exploit it to the best of their abilities. Now, that's the second issue with the Lakers. The third issue with the Lakers that's going on right now is their defense. They're playing poor defensively on the board. They're not paying attention to screeners. They're not paying attention to people cutting to the basket. They're not guarding the three. They're being poor defensively. It is a shame coming from a team that was just number one defensively a year or two ago. So now we don't know what's going on because obviously they lost some good pieces that were defending. Alex Caruso, KCP, they lost some other pieces that were like actually defending. And now when you bring in people like Carmelo Anthony, Chris Nunn, he's not playing. Trevor Ariza is injured. Russell Westbrook doesn't play defense. Anthony Davis' defense comes and goes, but it looks like he's been declining. LeBron James is getting older in age, so he can't play defense at a high level like he did in 2013 when he was at the peak of his power. But still, the whole team is not playing defense, and you got to kind of blame that on LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook because they set the tone on defense as the best players on the team. And when your best players are not playing defense at a high enough level, that is going to transition to all the other teammates on the team to not want to try hard on defense either, which is poor defensive schematics, especially from a head coach that his specialty is defense. So for him and the team to be playing this poor is a damn shame. Carmelo Anthony's up there in age. DeAndre Jordan's up there in age. Dwight Howard's up there in age. So they only could do so much defensively to where they're going to struggle. But in terms of their defense, they need to find a way to play better defense, contend shots, and make sure teams are not hitting threes because that's the majority of the part why they're losing. They try to play big, and that's not always going to work, in my personal opinion. But they need to play better defense. So those are the three issues that's befalling the Lakers, in my personal opinion. Is Anthony Davis need to step up. Russell Westbrook need to take care of the ball and have a smarter basketball IQ in terms of how he wants to play on this team in the LeBron James system and with the team chemistry. And on top of that, they need to play defense. But those are my thoughts and opinions on the matter. Let me know yours down in the comment section down below. Do you agree with me that these are the 3 reasons why the Los Angeles Lakers are playing poor? Are there other reasons why they're playing poor? Let me know down in the comment section down below. This is Ito Speaks out.